just felt helpless. And it is the most helpless feeling to be told that there's something wrong with your heart.
I've been pushing away everybody.
Okay, so we are in town. We are getting, don't worry about that. There's a whole story to that. We are going to my 24-week appointment, and I'm really excited to hear baby's heartbeat and do my frontal height and see everything like that. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be sent to the hospital. I spent Saturday night, today is Monday, at the hospital. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about that on here or in this vlog. I don't know. It's just kind of a lot of stuff that's going on right now. So we are going to my appointment. I'm really, really excited. I'm almost 25 weeks, which is so crazy. It's so crazy that I'm almost 25 weeks. So that is what's going on. A lot to catch you up on. There will probably be a video before this one catching you up on everything that has happened over the last week. There's been a lot of scary things, so pretty sure we're going to the hospital after this.
I don't know what to do. Need a sign from above. I just want to be somebody who knows.
So nobody in your family has cardiac issues?
No,
This is just
not that I can think of.
Well, that's about where you are, because I think you're 24 and 5,
Yeah.
so you're almost 25.
Let's talk about what happened yesterday. It's a lot to talk about. This is gonna be quite the story. So I'm gonna start from the very beginning, and I'm gonna do like a whole sit down video talking about all of the details, but I'm just gonna kind of give you like the Spark Notes version. So I've been having crazy symptoms since January. If you guys watch my pregnancy updates, you would know that. And last Monday, today is Tuesday. Last Monday I started, actually it was Sunday. I had a 29-hour headache that wouldn't go away with anything. So 2 a.m. on Monday morning, I went into the hospital an hour away. This is a different hospital that I went to. This is the hospital that I am delivering at, and I love them so much. Like, I love this hospital. I cannot explain to you like how much I trust this hospital, and especially after my last hospital visit. That'll be in a whole different video, probably the one before this. So I went to the hospital. I was having preeclampsia symptoms. That's what I thought that it was. I had like textbook preeclampsia symptoms besides high blood pressure. I was even getting swelling. So, you know, just things like that. And I thought that it was preeclampsia. So I went in to go get checked for preeclampsia, and I went to go have like a blood pressure check for an hour in the hospital. Everything turned out great. Everything looked great. So the entire week goes by, and on Saturday afternoon, actually that entire morning, I just felt really weird. Again, this will be in a whole different video about like all the stuff that happened. But Saturday, I started to just feel really weird when I woke up. Like from the very moment I opened my eyes, I just felt off. And then it was 1:30 in the afternoon. I was taking my kids out to go play in the backyard. And I sit down, and I have maybe sat for maybe 2 minutes, and my heart spikes to probably over 200. I've had this happen before, and I just thought that it was anxiety, and it obviously could be because my heart has never gone this high for this long. It was probably a 10-minute stretch that like my heart was just going haywire and would not calm down. So my heart went to over 200. I went to the hospital immediately. My aunt came over and took me and the kids to the hospital. She watched the kids for me, and my sister-in-law came and visited me in the hospital, which like I was so grateful for. And so I'm like, they discharged me on Saturday night. So all of Sunday, I just felt weird, and I was just like, oh yeah, and at the hospital, they gave me potassium and they gave me magnesium because those were low. So all of Sunday, I just felt weird and off, and I just didn't feel normal. So I knew that the magnesium and potassium didn't do much and that there was still something wrong. The hospital experience was just absolutely awful, and yeah, I was hooked up for 6 hours at the hospital, watching my heart, because obviously that's why I went in there. Actually, the reason why I went in there was for high blood pressure, because when my aunt came over, she checked my blood pressure and it was high. So that's why we headed to the hospital. So anyway, now you're all caught up to yesterday. Yesterday I had my regular midwife appointment. And I brought up to her that like we had the hospital visit, and this is the hospital that I don't trust. This is not the one that I am delivering at. So after this, I will no longer be setting foot in this hospital. It was absolutely awful. Again, the entire story will be in a different video. I still haven't filmed it yet because I'm kind of traumatized by it all. So anyway, so Monday rolls around, that was yesterday. And I'm talking to my doctor about my entire hospital visit and like what happened that day. And she goes, I'm gonna bring my nurse in to check your pulse. So she brings in a pulse ox. My oxygen level was 98. However, they watched my pulse for a couple seconds and it just spiked. So my doctor says, there's something going on here. So she takes out her stethoscope. She comes back with her stethoscope. She listens to my heart for maybe 10 seconds. And she says, you have an arrhythmia. Hearing those words was really, really hard. I have cried so many times over the last 24 hours. I cried in the office. Also at this appointment, I have lost 5 pounds. I have not a clue how. I eat so much and I have lost 5 pounds, which, mind you, I've been trying for years to lose weight and I cannot lose weight. So like, why am I now losing weight? I have not a single clue. So I'm really frustrated about that, first of all. And I just start crying because like hearing that you have something wrong with your heart is very scary, especially when you're pregnant and I just felt helpless. I just felt helpless, and it is the most helpless feeling to be told that there's something wrong with your heart. She explained it to me like a normal heart rate is supposed to go do-do, do-do, do-do. Mine goes do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Like, she explained it to me and I'm like, I know. I can feel it. This morning it was really, really low and it wouldn't go up. I've had it to where I can't get it down. It's an exhausting feeling, and I'm honestly wondering if that is why I have been just so incredibly exhausted. because I have something wrong with my heart. And I've been trying not to think about this because if I go there, there's no coming back. But when I had the episode on Saturday, my heart rate went up to 200, and it just makes me worry about my baby. Like, what was my baby's heart doing at that point? Was my baby in distress too? Did my baby feel that? And I just feel so much guilt that, like, my baby could have possibly felt what I did. I was absolutely terrified. I'm very much traumatized by it all. I'm very much traumatized by everything that happened, and it's really, really hard. So at this point, she tells me, you are now considered high risk and you cannot see the midwives anymore. And like, that hurts too. Sorry, my phone died. So at this point, she tells me you can't see the midwives anymore because you're now considered high risk. And I love the midwives. I have seen these midwives for all of my babies. And the reason I like them so much is because they actually like sit there and listen to you. They sit down and they ask you, like, are you concerned about anything? Instead of just getting you in and out and seeing you as a paycheck, these midwives actually like sit down and talk to you and listen. And I haven't really had great experiences with OBs. So she then wrote me a referral for a cardiologist. They still haven't called me. If they don't call me by noon tomorrow, I'm going to call them and get everything scheduled. I need to figure out what is going on. I don't have an official diagnosis yet until I see the cardiologist. All I know is that I have an arrhythmia. Don't know what type. Don't know if this is just induced by pregnancy. I don't know if I've had this my entire life and it's just now coming out. I don't know what my future holds. And that is absolutely terrifying, to not know. I feel like my life is flipped upside down right now. And I don't know what's in store for me. And that is such a scary feeling. I'm gonna be right back. So that is where I'm at right now. We are going to be doing weekly appointments. I'm seeing my midwives for probably the last time next week, on Monday, and we're gonna see how everything is doing. We're gonna chat about just kind of do like a little checkup and see how I am 1 week after the episode. Like I said, today my heart was very low. This morning it was at 63, which is not good, and I felt like crap. I was tired. I was very lethargic. I felt so weird this morning, and that was at the low heart rate. I am terrified of my heart right now. Also, I'm very upset that I was on the monitors for 6 hours at the hospital. I had an EKG monitor on me. They checked my heart there. They had like a pulse thing on me at all times. And they told me that my 120 heart rate was normal. Again, this will be in a whole different video because there's just so much wrong, and I'm definitely going to make a complaint about these doctors, this nurse, and this hospital. Not that it will go anywhere, because this hospital gets away with a lot of shit. This is not the hospital that I'm delivering at, by the way. Thank God. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for my cardiologist appointment. I am also waiting for next week to go to my last midwife appointment and just talk to my midwife and do like a follow-up. So I am 25 weeks tomorrow. I have 15 weeks, probably less than that because I always deliver early, but like also we don't know if this means possible preterm labor. I actually had someone on my TikTok saying like being high risk isn't that big of a deal. It is very much a very big deal, and especially since it has to do with my heart. Like my heart is kind of pumping everything, including keeping my baby alive. So that is where we're at. And I don't really have anything else to say after that. I'm just kind of in the waiting game. I really need to get like a full diagnosis, because I'm not going to be able to relax until I have a treatment plan and I have a full diagnosis. So that's where we're at. It's been quite a day. Quite a week, to be honest. It's been the longest week of my life, and the hardest. I've had things going on in my personal life too. Anyway, that is the update. We listened to baby's heartbeat while we were at the doctor's, and everything looks good there. I'm also measuring 1 week. Well, I'm actually measuring exactly 25 weeks. So I'm measuring it right on track, which like it makes me feel so good, especially with me losing weight. It makes me feel so good that my baby is still growing and all of that. So I'm sorry this isn't the vlog that like all of you came for, but it is my life and it is what it is. So I will be over here probably laying on the couch most days. I have put myself on modified bed rest because of how my heart feels. So I cleaned a little bit of the kitchen today and that was it. And I'm not going to feel any guilt for it because my body needs to come first. So that is the update, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.
I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely nights and heartbreaks. And I feel misplaced without you. Why don't we